Sheikh, I've been listening to your lectures
Yes.
offline, and the last lesson I listened to was on Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Mm-hmm.
You that Sayyidina Ibrahim started out as Abdullah, and then he became a Nabi, and then he became a Rasul, and then he became an Imam for
Yeah.
the Ummah, if I'm correct. So my question
Be,
was,
be, before Imam, he became Khalil.
you give Khalil, yes, then Imam.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
Yes.
Means Imam was the highest position that one can achieve.
Yeah.
Am I following you correctly? Yes.
Yes.
Now, my question is Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we know him to be the perfect Rasul and the best of Rusuls and Anbiya wal Mursaleen. Does he also have the title of Imam? And if so, where is it mentioned? Because I'm confused there.
Yeah. Rasulullah was also Imam because he was a leader. He was not just a messenger to deliver the message of God. He was responsible to implement Islamic laws and governance. Not every Nabi or every Rasul, but especially those who were Ulul Azm, they were very close to becoming Imam, or actually they became Imam, depending on what was needed. And so Rasulullah was also Imam.
Jazakallah
khair. Even in some of the ziyarat, etc., we say Imam al-Rahmah. He was Imam of mercy. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sister. Brother Mubarak has a comment in the chat. Please, Brother Mubarak, correct me if I'm wrong here. So, would be great if Sheikh could reflect about the meaning of Astana'atka and Nafsi.
Sorry?
Sorry, Brother Mubarak?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you will go to this verse, Sheikh, in the next session, but in the same context, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses Musa alayhi salam, فَلَبِثْتَ سِنِينَ فِي أَهْلِ مَدْيَنَ ثُمَّ جِئْتَ عَلَى قَدْرٍ يَا مُوسَى وَاصْطَنَعْتُكَ لِنَفْسِي.
Yeah.
You would reflect about وَاصْطَنَعْتُكَ لِنَفْسِي.
Yeah. I mentioned quickly today also وَاصْطَنَعْتُكَ لِنَفْسِي. But it's good that you also raise this. So Allah, from the beginning of Musa's life, even before delivery of mother, had planned for Musa. And Allah, in every stage of the life of Musa, was with him and choosing him and preparing him for himself, meaning for his cause, for his faith, for his people, for the truth, for the virtues, because Allah doesn't need anyone. When He says وَاصْطَنَعْتُكَ لِنَفْسِي, like we said, إِن تَنْصُرُوا اللَّهِ يَنْصُرْكُمْ. What does it mean إن تنصروا الله? It means إن تنصروا دين الله, إن تنصروا justice, إن تنصروا truth, إن تنصروا Imam of your time, إن تنصروا humanity. So Allah, for these virtues, these aims, chose Musa before his birth. And we have explained this, that Allah can choose someone before being born. In Dua Nudba, we talked about this in Ziyarah of Lady Fatima. امتحنك قبل أن يخلقك, or Dua Nudba, we said فشرط عليهم الزهد في درجات هذه الدنيا الدنية وزخرفها وزبرجها فشرطوا لك ذلك وعلمت منهم الوفاء به فقبلتهم ربتهم وقدمت لهم الذكر العلي والثناء الجلي وأحببت عليهم ملائكتك. So all is plan of Allah. Even before they are born, Allah knows that Musa is suitable for this purpose and helps him, prepares him, and then at a certain time, maybe after tens of years, appointment is introduced, is made. But it's not that Allah on that day decided. Allah had decided this before and actually prepared Musa for that. A wise person, even not Allah, even a human being, when wants to use someone for a purpose, will try to prepare that person for that purpose, let alone Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the way Allah prepares is not just by courses and training. Allah prepares them with whatever they need. It can be by fear that Bani Israel went through. It can be by hunger. It can be by being away from family. There are different things. Also, it can be by being trained by the best instructors. In the palace of Pharaoh, he had the best trainers, the best teachers available because he was adopted son of Pharaoh. So Allah provided him with everything that was needed to make him well, prepared for his mission. But still, Musa is humble, objective, fair, and he says, even with Allah's appointment and Allah's preparation, there is a limit in what I can do. I cannot do everything together by myself. I need my brother to help me, and I don't feel bad to say I need someone to help me. Unfortunately, sometimes people, especially maybe leaders, people who have followers, maybe they feel bad to say I need a helper. But Musa is not feeling embarrassed to say, I need helper. Or even to say, my brother is more eloquent than me. هو أفصح مني. So this is amazing. That someone that is prepared by Allah and brought up by Allah still knows that although Allah is absolutely gracious, he has a capacity and he needs help. I love this humility. I love this strength which comes with humility, not a strength which comes with super confidence. This is the problem. We don't want to be super confident. We want to be humble and with trusting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trusting mu'mineen, to be confident, but not confident because of trusting myself. If come to myself, I am not confident. Even I can, make mistake in the simplest things. Yeah? If Allah doesn't help us, even when you are leading Salatul Jama'ah, maybe you can make mistake in front of everyone. Is there anything more simple than Salat? How many times in your life, but you make mistake. We are human beings.
Thank you very much, Sheikh.
May Allah
Sister
bless you.
Firdaus?
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I don't know, my question is related to what you said or not, but how do I evaluate myself that if I have this responsibility, I have the ability to do this work or not?
How did you know your responsibility?
Like if somebody has given somebody to lead a community center or something,
Mhm.
and that person, how he should evaluate himself, if he has the ability to do that work or not.
So before accepting a position like leading a community, I should have objective understanding of my abilities. For example, have I been playing similar roles in the past, even to a smaller scale? Do I have experience of such things? Do I have a good, record of success? Do my friends and people who know me feel that I can do it or not? So with your assessment of yourself, with a mashwara with the people who know you and have no bias for you, then you can come to an objective understanding.
Thank you so much.
May Allah bless you.
Brother Hassan Khan?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you for your time. My question is about Prophet Harun. Is Prophet Harun only known in history as a helper to Prophet Musa, or did he have his own mission, risala? Did he get any revelation? Do we have any information about that?
Every Nabi receives revelation. Every prophet receives revelation. But not every prophet receives risala. Risala message is only for 313 prophets out of 124,000. So then what is the revelation if it is not risala? Revelation is teaching them pure and unmistaken message of Allah to the last messenger. Because maybe they didn't receive, a book or, something intact. They had to receive from Allah directly fresh message. For example, if a prophet came after Musa alayhi salam in 100 years, 200 years before Isa alayhi salam comes, 300 years, his knowledge of Risala of Musa is not based on what is in the hands of people. He has the same knowledge of Risala of Musa that was available in the time of Musa alayhi salam, but through wahy. And maybe Allah also sometimes, communicated to them like as a hadith Qudsi, etc. Like Dawood, Sulaiman, they had also these kind of things. But not necessarily every Nabi has Risala.
Sheikh, now we have two more questions in the chat.
Yes.
One from Brother Muntadar. Assalamu alaikum. What would be the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed Musa alayhi salam these examples with transforming his staff and whitening his hand prior to asking him to approach Fir'aun?
So Allah is telling him that you are chosen. These are the abilities that you are given. And then this is your first or one of your first tasks. So before telling the task, he says what you are being given as a sign for his own tranquility that yes, he is really, because by seeing mu'jiza, as I said, the Prophet himself receives reassurance. And then what he can do, and then Allah says, okay, now what of your task is this? Plus, sometimes when Quran says something, it's not necessarily in the same sequence that it happened. Sometimes for some reasons, maybe Allah brings something earlier, mentions something later. So it doesn't mean necessarily this was exactly the same order, but it's more likely that this was the order, that first Allah showed him these mu'jizat and then gave him the task.
And I believe the last question for today, inshallah, is Sister Huda. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
Jazakumullah. Jazakumullah for everything. Is it true
Shukran.
that Prophet Harun was more eloquent than Nabi Musa alayhi salam, or is it just Prophet Musa's humility at play here?
First of all, it's not only a matter of eloquence. Eloquence was one aspect of it. But as you see, he says, Ushdud bihi azri wa ashrikhu fi amri. He needed a partner. He needed a support, someone to back up him. Okay? Part of it was how to communicate. Part of it was a partner is someone that takes the responsibility with you, gives ideas, shares with you your pain, etc. So it was not only eloquence, but when it comes to eloquence, yes, he was more eloquent because Quran says in another place, maybe you can search the ayah, huwa afsahu minni. Allah refers to the words of Musa alayhi salam about Harun, and he emphasizes, he makes it very clear that he is more eloquent than me.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. I believe that would be the end of questions for today.
Yes. Could you make a
inshallah.
search, or I can?
Yeah.
Can you make a search afsahu minni, or afsah just with sad? Because
which ayah is that?
just search for it, afsah. It's, I think, only mentioned once.
It's with Sad, Shaykhana, afsahu.
Yeah, with sad, afsah. From fasaha. Not here, just search. My computer is slow.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaykum salam wa rahmatullah. Did you find it?
It's Surah 28, Ayah 34. Yes.
Okay. Salamun alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you?
Sorry about that.
Salam alaikum.
Good. I just got first place in Quran.
Okay, what's your sound name? Sorry, Sheikhna.
May Allah bless you. Yeah. So Allah says here in reference to the same conversation, but here part of the same conversation. وأخي هارون هو أفصح مني لسانا. He is more eloquent than me. فأرسله معي ردءا يصدقني. So he emphasizes here that at least one reason, not the only reason, one reason for suggesting to have Harun with him is because he is more eloquent. But he is also someone who is going to help in other ways. Inshallah, we will refer to these verses in the next session, because similar story that we have in Surah Taha is also mentioned here, but the details are not in conflict with each other, but sometimes some details are here, some details are there, some details are in common. This is why we try to bring all the relevant verses together.
Thank you very much, Sheikh.
May Allah bless you.
I think we can proceed with the greetings, inshallah.
Yes.
I would just